Hi loves! So today I'm going to walk you through a song called Drugs and Boys.
Drugs and boys, they break your heart. Soft at first and ending harder. Over fast to catch your breath, start all over. Drugs and boys leave you both stoned and sober.
So that's where we're gonna get, but first let me explain to you where that came from. Okay, so first things first, picture this. I'm in my apartment in Washington Heights. It's not this apartment. I'll explain on a later video my wandering lifestyle and why I am in lots of apartments that are not my own. But in this very particular moment in time, I was in my Washington Heights apartment. I got up, I went and stumbled to the kitchen to make myself coffee, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, this like wisp of a melody entered my head. And I'm gonna play it for you. Cool. So I'm in Logic. Like, first thing I did was I just like left the kitchen and stumbled over to my computer and I just recorded that little melody. I kind of identified the tempo of it, and I sang that in poorly, because do we know this? Poorly. But it's unbelievable how quickly you can fix such things. I threw some effects on it, and then it sounded like this. At that point, I got bored and I gave myself a groove. There was this like shuffly pattern, so I threw that on. I just used basic Apple loops, and then I have friends who make them much, much better. You'll meet them later on in this, I don't know, progression of me explaining to you who I am and what I do for like whoever may possibly care to know. But then, okay, so all of this was kind of like nonsense until I had this like very lovely moment where I had like the groove on, and I had my my Brian Lowdermilk triplet like choir, and then I went and reached for my keyboard and I just like played this little melody. And that felt like something. That felt like a little hint of authenticity in the midst of this like EDM bullshit. And I love me some EDM bullshit, but I also love that little thing that's real, right? That like anchors you to something. So I played this keyboard sound and I got lucky. And I played this lick, and there was something in it that made me immediately think of Rufus Wainwright, and specifically the song Cigarettes and Chocolate Milk, which I don't know if you know it, but it's a song about vices. And I had this little melody and I thought about vices, and I thought the little melody, and then I was thinking about vices and I thought, drugs and boys. And so then I had something. And from there, I started forcing myself to write lyrics, because again, that is not something that I normally do. So that's really scary. And I just kind of made my way through the song. And when I got through it, I had one immediate thought of who I wanted to have sing it. I immediately thought of Cory Wade. So Cory Wade was the first ever queer man to compete on America's Next Top Model. Cory is a beautiful, beautiful person, and an artist, a beautiful artist. He speaks and writes so well about gender nonconformity and queer visibility. And I myself, I am a queer person who is very queer and not very visible, and so I find Cory's queer visibility deeply inspiring. May you also be inspired by the fur that Cory gave me to wear in this video when we got together to sing through the song. Cory, this is for you from B.
Here we go. 1, 2. One more time.
Drugs and boys, they break your heart. Soft at first and ending harder. Over fast, catch your breath, start all over. Drugs and boys who leave you both stoned and sober. Whoa, give me your poison, sweetheart, try it. Whoa, give me your poison, sweetheart. Boys and drugs fill you up. Cheap and slick, quick and heady. On the way as soon as they leave your body. Heat and noise, drugs and boys leave you one thing. Whoa, give me your poison, sweetheart, strike it, strike. What am I gonna do? 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 Don't tell me you're not mine to take when you've already helped yourself. Hey, will you be standing upright when the bottom falls out? Whoa, yeah, yeah. Drugs and boys.
Yeah, we can sing that.
Hey, drugs and boys. Drugs and boys. Drugs and boys, they break your heart. Soft at first and ending harder. Au revoir, mon vieux ami, start all over. Drugs and boys leave you both